Modern manufacturing relies on a massive, interconnected network of systems. Smart factories use sensors to feel, cloud servers to remember, AI to think, and heavy industrial robotics to act as the tireless physical muscle of the operation. Historically, factory machines, known as operational technology, were safe because they were air-gapped. This hardware was physically disconnected from the outside world and the internet. At the same time, office-based information technology handled things like payroll and emails. These were two separate worlds that operated on two separate sets of wiring. For decades, this physical isolation provided absolute security. If a digital virus infected an office desktop, it had no physical path to reach the machines on the factory floor. But on a Monday morning at a food processing plant, that safety vanished. It started when an accountant double-clicked an email attachment labeled Urgent Invoice. That click released ransomware. Within seconds, malicious code flooded the local network, locking every spreadsheet and database it touched. Then, the office virus did the impossible. Down on the factory floor, the automated mixing machines suddenly jerked to a halt, and the control screens went dark. In the cold storage wing, the temperature began to rise. $5 million of raw product was now hours away from rotting, while a red message appeared on the factory monitors, demanding a massive payment in Bitcoin to restart the cooling. This raises a critical question. How did a single mistake in the accounting office physically paralyze the entire production line? To make factories smarter, companies had to plug their physical machines into the cloud. AI cannot optimize a production line if it cannot see the data. This shift is IT-OT convergence. Tearing down the air-gap wall to move data faster built a bridge for hackers. At the plant, ransomware followed this exact path, moving from office computers into the machinery network without hitting a single barrier. This is the final gatekeeper, a programmable logic controller. These modules are the brains of the machines, and as you can see, they are now physically wired to the open internet. The push for connectivity effectively turned the factory floor into just another addressable point on the global web. The security of these systems is often surprisingly thin. Many million-dollar industrial sensors arrive from the manufacturer with default passwords like admin or 1234, and many factories never change them. Hackers aren't looking for trade secrets anymore. They want to deploy ransomware to hold your physical operations hostage, knowing you'll pay anything to get the machines moving again. In a world of just-in-time manufacturing, every hour of downtime triggers massive penalties from customers. If the line stops, the supply chain breaks. In this environment, 72 hours of production loss often pushes a company straight into insolvency. Stopping the kill chain requires a diagnostic fix: network segmentation. We separate the networks using an industrial firewall. It lets necessary production data flow to the office, but forcefully blocks office viruses from ever crossing into the factory. Even with a firewall, you need a failsafe for when a breach succeeds. That is where the 3-2-1 backup rule becomes mandatory. An air-gapped backup means taking the machine software, saving it to a hard drive, and physically unplugging that drive to store it in a safe. If a hacker locks your system, you simply wipe the controllers and reinstall the software from your physical safe. You remove the attacker's leverage entirely. Technology alone isn't enough. The most secure firewall can still be bypassed by a single person clicking the wrong link in an email. Companies now use phishing simulations to train their staff. They send fake scam emails to employees to build a psychological defense, a human firewall that recognizes a threat before the click happens. Warren Buffett once noted that while it takes 20 years to build a reputation, it only takes 5 minutes to ruin it. In the digital age, a cyber attack is the fastest way to destroy that trust. Cybersecurity is now the foundation of the smart factory. Without it, all that advanced AI and robotic muscle are just expensive liabilities waiting for a hacker to pull the plug.